2022 Honda Ridgeline Review. What's new? No significant changes from 2021 model year. Part of the second Ridgeline generation introduced for 2017. The Ridgeline is unique in its class for its fully independent suspension and unibody construction rather than the traditional body-on-frame design. This combo results in an impressively smooth ride and precise handling. You also get a roomy cabin and some clever touches such as an in-bed storage trunk that's great for storing muddy gear or ice and drinks for tailgating. As far as midsize pickups go, the Honda Ridgeline isn't the most rugged truck around. It doesn't have the best towing capacity in the class, for example, and its off-roading capabilities are just okay. But when it comes to comfort and all-round utility, the Ridgeline is a champ. Overall, we think the Ridgeline is a great pick for a midsize truck. Check out our expert rating for our test team's report on the Ridgeline's performance, utility, and more. The Ridgeline is unique among pickup trucks. Its unibody construction, rather than more traditional body-on-frame construction, makes it more comfortable and refined to drive than other midsize trucks. It also boasts plenty of storage and abundant standard safety features. The Ridgeline does come up a little short on towing and off-road capability, but overall this is a very impressive midsize truck. When the Ridgeline was redesigned in 2017, brought one in for a long-term test. We lived with it for 12 months and drove it over 20,000 miles. We tested everything from fuel economy to family accommodations on long road trips. The 2017 model differs in some ways from the 2022 Ridgeline, but it's the same generation, so many of our observations still apply. How comfortable is the Ridgeline? The Ridgeline has the best ride comfort in the midsize pickup class. It easily absorbs bumps in the road and feels stable and composed around turns. The front seats have thin yet supportive padding that provides good long-distance comfort. The cushions are broad enough to accommodate larger folks, and effective side bolsters help keep drivers with narrower frames from sliding around. Noise and vibration are kept to a minimum in the cabin. The exception is the surprisingly playful and grunty V6, which you'll hear when you mat the gas. Automatic tri-zone climate control is standard across the range, and it cools and heats the cabin well. RTL and above models get heated front seats that work quickly. How does the Ridgeline drive? Many benefits come with the Ridgeline's unibody chassis, fully independent suspension, and a torque vectoring all-wheel drive system. Steering and handling are unrivaled among midsize pickups. This is where the benefits of being a carb-based truck shine through. We like how the 3.5-liter V6 and 9-speed automatic work together. The Ridgeline accelerates smoothly and has plenty of passing power on the highway. At our test track, the Ridgeline went from 0 to 60 mph in 7.2 seconds, which is a quick time for a midsize truck. The catch off-road potential is limited. The Ridgeline is like a crossover SUV in this regard and lacks the underbody clearance, wheel articulation, and low-range gearing that allows other 4WD pickups to venture into rockier territory. That said, the Ridgeline performs better with its independent rear suspension on washboard dirt roads than your typical solid axle truck. How's the tech? The Ridgeline's standard 8-inch touchscreen is attractive and easy to use and gains a much-needed volume knob this year. Voice controls require relatively specific commands but otherwise work well. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto smartphone integration is standard across the range and is also accessible via voice controls. The 7-speaker stereo could be better, though. It produced significant distortion at full volume in our testing. Almost all of the Ridgeline's driver aids are standard, including adaptive cruise control, forward collision mitigation, and lane keeping assist. Blind spot monitoring is the only optional safety feature. We'd award the Ridgeline a higher score in this category if some of the systems weren't so sensitive. The forward collision warning system, in particular, can be overly eager in issuing alerts. How's the interior? The pilot is friendly to the driver and passengers alike. A tilt and telescoping steering wheel is standard, and it's easy to find a comfortable driving position. Getting in and out is a breeze thanks to wide opening doors and a cab that's bigger than that of any other mid-sized competitor. From the driver's seat, visibility is expansive, and the new squared-off hood helps you get a better sense of where the front of the truck is. The large rear window helps you see items that are in the bed or cars behind you. A relatively high-resolution backup camera is standard. How's the fuel economy? The EPA estimates that the all-wheel drive Ridgeline, the only model available, will return 21 mpg combined, 18 city/24 highway. That's better than a V6-equipped Toyota Tacoma and Chevrolet Colorado, but a little less than the turbocharged four-cylinder Ford Ranger. On our highway-heavy 115-mile evaluation route, our test Ridgeline returned 23 mpg. To us, this indicates the EPA numbers should be fairly accurate. How are the towing and storage? The Ridgeline's bed is the only one in the class that can hold 4-foot-wide sheets without perching on top of wheel wells. Payload is as high as 1,583 pounds in the right trim. That's great for a crew cab, mid-size pickup, and enough to haul large loads of lumber or gravel, or even a pair of motorcycles in the bed. For extra convenience, the Ridgeline has a lockable in-bed trunk and a trick two-way tailgate that opens down or sideways. Maximum towing capacity is 5,000 pounds when properly equipped. Other trucks can pull more, but we consider 5,000 pounds a decent amount. If you're really into towing, you probably want to get a full-size truck anyway. Inside, the Ridgeline blows the competition away. Many small cubbies, a massive center console bin, and a big, flat storage area underneath the rear seats mean you might never have too much stuff. The Ridgeline's roomy rear seat also makes it easy to install child safety seats. The Ridgeline's new, more rugged styling is bound to attract buyers who thought it looked too smooth and sophisticated in the past. It's always been the kind of pickup truck buyers would be quite happy with if they focused on need instead of want. In terms of driving fun, there are two ways to think about the Ridgeline. The first way is to be disappointed that it can't crawl up rocks like a Gladiator Rubicon. The second way is to see it as way more fun to drive every day thanks to class-leading handling and steering dynamics. We choose the latter. Is the Ridgeline a good value? The Ridgeline's base price has increased compared to prior years because there's no longer a front-wheel drive version. Still, you get a lot for your money. Even the base sport trim has a nearly full suite of standard safety features, along with smartphone integration and tri-zone automatic climate control. Prices at the top end of the Ridgeline lineup might seem steep, but you get unsurpassed cabin quality and unique items such as in-bed drivers that can be used as tailgate speakers. Warranty coverage in the Ridgeline is average, with basic coverage and roadside assistance for 3 years/36,000 miles and powertrain coverage for 5 years/60,000 miles. The 2022 Honda Ridgeline is a mid-size crew cab pickup offered in 4 trim levels: Sport, RTL, RTLE, and Black Edition. All Ridgelines are powered by a 3.5-liter V6 engine, 280 horsepower and 262 lb-ft of torque, mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission and all-wheel drive. The sweet spot is the RTLE. It has some extra features over the Sport and RTL that are worth getting, such as wireless smartphone charging and an upgraded stereo that includes a truck bed-based speaker system. The top-level Black Edition is cool but doesn't really add much other than visual enhancements.